Queens Grant High School, talking to Precision Plumbing. I've got two plumbers. I think they're plumbers. We're going to find out here in a minute.
No.
Both work at Precision Plumbing. And both of you are in the apprenticeship program, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what's your name?
Lewis.
There's Lewis.
And I'm Nate.
Lewis and Nate. Now, Lewis and Nate are working with the kids today, soldering copper, or sweating copper, whatever term. What do you use?
Sweating.
Depends on who's talking, but both are acceptable.
Sweating, we'll call it sweating. That's soldering copper pipe and how to do it. Sounds like a little task, but how many kids have done it? What's your feeling about it, Lewis?
A lot of kids have done it, and I love coming out and doing these with the kids. I'd come every time if I was allowed to. But
what do you get out of it?
Honestly, I come for the kids because showing them that there's something besides college out there, and having one-on-one with somebody and you can talk to that kid and get some sort of idea about it. That's why I like it.
Basically, we use copper to, for our sinks, our toilets. Basically, they're water lines. So what he's doing right here, first things first, you want to sandpaper it, make it nice and shiny. That's what he's doing. Once you get it nice and clean, you can go ahead and put flux on it, and that flux is what draws in the solder and creates a seal. So after he's done putting that on, he's going to put a fitting on. Basically what he's about to do is show her how to solder it. And basically what you're doing right here is connecting two different pieces together and creating a seal with the solder.
Okay. So I give you one for each hand. Nice and circular motion, heating it up. And you'll just take this and you'll touch it right to that crease and it'll all get drawn right in.
So what he's telling her to do right now is to keep a distance. Keep a distance that way, because if you put it too close, it's going to just shut it off. So you must keep the fitting hot enough to melt the.
See how it's all melting? Maybe get some more heat right there on the fitting itself. Right there, so it draws all that in. All right, that side looks good.
All right. How long you been in the plumbing industry?
I just hit my 3 years.
3 years. Do you like being in the plumbing industry?
Yeah, it was great. Good pay.
And what brought you into plumbing?
My buddy's dad.
So you just embarked. How old are you?
I'm 23.
23. Did you go to college?
Nope.
Didn't want to go to college.
No, they never planned on it.
I hear you. How about you as a plumber?
Oh, I really enjoy it. The pay's where it needs to be. It's good work. I like using my hands and I like using my mind, and it's challenging in all the right ways.
What do you think about working with the kids here?
Working with the kids is great. I like being able to show people that there's other paths than college. College is definitely pushed, and I tried it out for myself. It wasn't really for me. I like what I do.
I really appreciate y'all coming out and working with the kids. I really do, because I can see. Well, you feel it, don't you?
Yeah.
Don't you see lights go off?
Yeah, it's good.
Bells go off? Yeah. It's amazing. I'm with Marianne Cannata-Nikitopoulos. She is talent acquisition.
You put a requisition out for talent and then you get it. That's acquisition, right?
And a lot of companies call that workforce development director. At any rate, she's head of all that. You got it? Marianne's been coming out to these things how long now?
About 2 years.
2 years. Now, and you've only been that position for about how long?
2 years.
2 years. She's great. She's awesome because you were a teacher as well.
Yes.
She's worked in the classroom firsthand and been around students for quite some time.
Oh
now.
yeah.
How long have you been?
I taught for 8 years.
For 8 years.
Yeah.
What took you into plumbing?
So part of my introduction to plumbing and the construction industry as a whole, my husband works in the construction industry. He was somebody who was good in school, but he struggled. He had ADD and he wanted to do something with his hands and went into construction management, and he loves his job. So my connection was through him, and I interviewed for the position with Precision. Part of the reason I was interested in it was remembering my students who didn't necessarily want to go to college, but they weren't told about their different opportunities that they had in this industry in Charlotte, and we certainly have a lot of construction going on. So I wanted to come into this position not just to bring on new hires, but also to develop this next generation who were leaving high school and going into the workforce.
What have you seen?
So
if you can answer it
Yeah.
in the next 5 or 10 minutes.
So if we're talking about in the apprenticeship program, we have currently 11 people in the program, and they are all extremely committed to this opportunity. Learning, they have support inside the industry from us. They feel like they're part of a family. They know that they're not by themselves, but they also have camaraderie between each other too, because they know, hey, we're at the same place. We're learning this together, and we want to do better for ourselves and make a life with this company. So I really enjoy seeing that.
And you can see it and feel it, can't you?
Oh, absolutely.
Lewis, Precision Plumbing, 3 years now, okay? You're a pretty happy boy, right?
Yes, sir.
Pretty happy in your career pathway.
Yes, sir.
What got you there? Tell me the story, because there's always a story.
So I was still in high school. I was on my last year of high school, and I needed money.
We all do.
My family left me. All right, and it was just me and my sister, and I was paying bills, and she was paying bills, and I did want to go to college, but I just never pursued it, never did it. I wanted to become a detective. I love mystery. I'm also dyslexic, so that
really?
It played a part in it, and it didn't really work out.
Dyslexic, something to overcome, but it also is a gift. My brother's dyslexic. I've worked with him in the carpentry field forever, and I know what dyslexia is all about, being he's my brother. So I understand you have
It doesn't help with numbers though.
Nope.
You know,
Always come in backwards, don't they?
I'll get my 3/8 and like 7/8 mixed up from time to time, but yeah.
But so you jumped in. So what took you into plumbing?
So I was working at a car wash, and I was only making $13 an hour, and I needed more money. Talked to my buddy's dad, great guy. He got me in with the company. I met with the higher up people, and they hired me, and they gave me a shot, and I'm grateful for them, and they took me in underneath. So
How's the apprenticeship program working out for you?
I'm not a big test guy, but I've been getting through it slowly, but with the people around me, they help me out, and they look out for me. And Precision is not just a job, it's a family, and I appreciate them.
Thank goodness for Charlie Brown. God bless his soul. Did a lot for the industry.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you talking to me, and I appreciate you sharing your story.
Thank you.
I really do. And good luck. I'm here with Nate again. Last name, Nate?
Stolting, Nate Stolting.
All right, you're with Precision. How long? Precision
2
Plumbing.
years and some change.
2 years and some change.
Yeah.
What took you into plumbing? How old are you?
I'm 22.
You're 22. Oh, you're younger than you look.
Yeah.
Got a little age on you, but that's okay. Well, Nate, how did you wind up in Precision?
Well, even going back to high school, I never really thought I was going to do any trade. In high school, I did it like I was going to go to college. I took the honors and the AP classes, and
You followed all their
yeah. And I mean, my
guidance.
My grandparents went to college and got jobs. My parents went to college and got jobs, and I got out of high school and I started going to a community college. I thought I'd do it the cheap way, and it wasn't for me. It's not something I wanted to do. So through odd jobs, I ended up in the plumbing field, and it's been very good to me.
I got Bruce Irvin here. Bruce Irvin is, what is your position with Precision?
I'm a foreman, 11 years in with the company.
11 years with Precision Plumbing and a foreman. How'd you get into plumbing? Can you give me a little history, Bruce?
Yes, I moved here from Virginia in 1996 in a one-way rental-car. I never knew what Charlotte was about. I stopped, worked at a gas station, worked at a movie theater, and a friend got me into plumbing at Ray Brothers, where they're not defunct now, Ray Brothers Plumbing. I never thought I did. I went to pharmacy school. I went to architecture in high school, and it just became a good trade. I just happened to be here, and I've been doing this since 1997.
And you've helped with these trades career days now
From day one.
Shoot, from day one.
From day
You've
one.
been, and your son Chase,
Yes.
great with the kids. Another foreman now. Here's his son joined Precision Plumbing, went into the training program, got an apprenticeship.
No, he just came basically under me. He's been in with 4 years. He had another foreman. I needed someone for about 2 years. My guy left, so they let him work with me for 2 years. So he got his on-the-job training with his dad. So I do a lot of different entities and areas. So and then he came from basically doing nothing to running a truck now in 4 years.
And there's a great example of you don't have to have that apprenticeship training to be a good plumber.
No, sir.
You can jump the hoops and get by other ways, OJT, on the job training. Well, Bruce, let's go back to these events.
Yes, sir.
What have you seen the benefits of having these trades career days?
The spark in these kids' eyes, like you say, to have options. Everybody's not meant to go to college. Even my dad asked me what Chase was going to do. I said he might do whatever he wants to do, but he doesn't have to go to college if he doesn't want to. And he's good at what he does. But these kids, just the opportunity to see something different. We had Votech coming through when we came, at least auto shop and stuff like that, but never an actual trade. And this is good to see with the electricians and the plumbers and stuff like that. And we make very good money. You know, we're not just running around with a plunger.
And
stuff
benefits.
Like that. And great. Our company has great benefits. Yes, sir.
Do I need to say more? That's puttoolsinschools.org. We need more Bruces.
And I've been doing it for 27 years.
27 years, and he's out here working with the kids and with precision plumbing. And once again, it takes industry to change this. If we don't step up and change the image of what it's like to work with your hands and your mind, nothing's going to change. We're going to stay in this labor shortfall. You can see a difference.
Yes, sir. Even when I started, I didn't know what the difference between a flathead and a Phillips head screwdriver. A flathead to me was to open up a paint can. I couldn't tell you the difference between channel locks or anything, like how you do with the kids over there.
Yes.
Now, and even my son, I knew he was going to take it seriously when I looked, and he had more Milwaukee tools than I had. When he's coming with tools that I'd never seen, and I've been doing it his entire life. So it's a fulfillment that, you know, we're learning something. You know how many kids can't read a tape measure?
90% of the ones coming out of high school.
That's right. But they're taking all these other classes and stuff like that. There'll be no use for them anywhere else, you know. But what we do, we use our hands, and I have a fulfillment when I can walk past and see and then tell my family I did this.
It's
But that
freedom,
building right here,
and it's freedom too, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
It's empowerment.
it is.
It's a freedom that I never thought about because I take it for granted.
My job
and
is
you
tangible.
do too.
You can see the fruits of my labor on any job. From
That's
hospital,
right.
from med gas. And like I say, when I used to ride with my son and say, "Hey, Dad, Chase, I did this or he did that," and when him and his mom are riding now, she gets that same because I'm proud of that. And he can say, "Mom, I did this," or "I worked with Dad on this," but now he's a foreman. I've done this by myself over here. So
Awesome.
it's you know, you see the fruits of your labor. You see the tangibility of the job and your work done. You know, my completion is when I go to a job and I can cut the water on. That means I've done it from start to finish.
That's
It's
it.
complete.
It's awesome. What advice would you give any young student today watching or participating here? What's the message you'd like to give them? Share.
Not everything's perfect. You got to work your way up, and you got to find a different pathway always. You might be stuck, but there's always another way.
Got it. Thank you, Lewis.
Honestly, if I had to say anything to anyone else, college is not the only way to do it. I honestly kind of look down on tradesmen a little bit because that's what is in the culture right now.
The culture
Yeah.
makes it the coal pile, if you know what a coal pile is. It's all the rejects, right?
Yeah. But
And
it's
that's
not.
what they've made the
Yeah.
trades, and we must change that image. And you're a prime example of how we can do that.
No, I think so. I think a lot of times I would think, oh, if I'm going to go be a tradesman, it's going to be dirty work, and I want to make money. But there's lots of money to be made in the trades. And if you are the type of person that can go in and be an honest person and take care of yourself and take pride in your work, you don't have to be a dirty tradesman, as some people might say. You'll be a professional, and you keep yourself at that same level.
Awesome. Great advice. Appreciate you sharing it. Thank you, Nate. Wish you luck.
I appreciate
We'll
it.
talk again. Can you tell other companies how they can benefit from showing up here and participating in this program?
Yes, sir. You've got a lot of kids that don't have a way, and you give them an opportunity. It's just like a plant. You nurture them, and you can grow them what you want. All these young kids here, these young apprentices here, these guys, I've been working with them close to, months and months now. And just from the interaction here, I can tell what they're going to do with their jobs and stuff like that. And these guys love what they do. So, you bring the kids in these companies, man, you got to feed the youth because we're getting older. And, I need a good replacement. There's such an age disparity between, I'm 51 and these guys are in their 20s. And we don't have a lot of the guys sprinkled in between there.
5 leave, 2 are there to replace. That's it.
That's
Tremendous shortfall. The only way we change that is to raise the awareness of the pathways.
We have to. These are great events. I wish we could do more, especially fourth quarter and third quarter seniors. Because that's the time, the crunch time, and we need to know what's going on. They have to have options because the military and college is not for everyone.
Right.
You can graduate on Friday and get a paycheck that next Wednesday. Be on already working.
You got it.
With benefits. You can't beat that.
There you go, folks. Once again, there's a testimonial to the effects of what we're doing around Put Tools in Schools. And granted, folks, there are many more initiatives going down and that are helping the same way. Whatever you do, get involved with the movement. We need to elevate the awareness and the message. It's not the coal pile everybody's made it out to be. So let's do something. That's puttoolsinschools.org. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you for what you're doing for the kids. Thank you for what you're doing for the industry. What advice would you give any? Well, let's talk about industry a minute. I want to go back in.
Yeah.
What have you seen with industry's involvement with all this initiative awareness program around Put Tools in Schools? Because for me, it's a problem.
Yeah.
Industry needs to step up. You've been at every one of these.
Yeah.
What have you seen?
The results of coming?
The results, and what could you offer any company that's curious about what it takes to become involved with Put Tools in Schools?
So my first thing is get connected. I mean, with Put Tools in Schools, there are so many pre-apprenticeship opportunities out there too that people want to get into the industry and want to be hired. We hear a lot of complaining from industry that there are not people who want to work and be hired, and that's just simply not true. Between my involvement with Put Tools in Schools and other events, I've gotten 500 applications just for the apprenticeship program. So we've gotten a lot
500?
of interest. Yes, 500.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and we can only hire 5.
So it works. Industry, come on. You don't have to attend every event. Just help us out when you can.
Yeah.
And I really am grateful for Precision Plumbing because these kids are really enjoying what they bring to the table. A great program, an opportunity to raise the awareness around plumbing, electrical, all the trades. So folks, puttoolsinschools.org. This is a testimonial right here from Precision Plumbing. Marianne Cannata-Nikitopoulos. What's that title again?
Talent acquisition.
Talent acquisition and workforce development.
Yeah.
Whatever your title is, puttoolsinschools.org's got a little line you can put all the information on, and you can become involved in this. It works, does it not?
Absolutely. Yeah.
It works. Thanks, Marianne.
Yeah.
Thanks for all you do.